1008 TVU Sports, we back in the building, man, and I'm about to hit y'all with the final edition of the 2019 Top 5. And on today's show, I will knock out 7 eights, 9 tens, and 11 and 12. And that is our freshman, sophomore, and junior division. I know it's long overdue. I was on hold out. I was strikeout. I was doing some other things, and I got really tied up and real busy. But now I'm coming back to give y'all the final edition. The final edition, this is the last one going into the playoffs. The final edition of the 2019 Top 5. I'm not going to hold y'all up. I'm going to run through all of them real fast, real quick, so we can get to the playoffs, which start tomorrow. And then we'll have something else going on after the playoffs. We still got to talk about the all-star team and the balloting that I sent out that everybody didn't get back with. I'm still waiting on some post cutoff. Where y'all at? St. Rock, I ain't heard from you. Holla at me. But without further ado, let's jump into the top 5. The number 5 team in the freshman division. This is going to sound a little crazy and a little weird, but it's actually a tie to me. It's a tie for the number 5 spot between the Harrell Rams and the Harrell Rams. The Division 1 team and the Division 2 team. They both coming in with this number 5 spot. I couldn't break down who's the better team when it comes down to power rankings for the simple fact that the Harrell Division 2 team lost one game to an outstanding Hardin team. The Harrell Division 1 team went on a winning streak at the end to make them rivals to the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 teams. Both of these teams are coming in with great players. Y'all know Sports Center. Yeah, y'all know Sports Center. Y'all know Knowledge. Y'all know a lot of these boys in this team. Y'all know Big Cam. Y'all know Mello. You know what I mean? Y'all know Y'all know my. Like all these dudes on both of these teams collectively. So Harrell University, both of y'all teams, D1 and D2, get into the top 5 at the number 5 seed. The number 4 spot, the Milne Raiders. I still got to say this. The Milne Raiders, let me say their name right. The defending champions, the champion Milne Raiders at 7 and 8. This team, led by Lou Good for 2, you know what I mean? This team is the scariest team in the playoffs right now because the fact that they are the defending champions, so they really should be feeling like the 100, but they got a 100 mentality with this group. This group feel like they still being overlooked by the Willie Halls, Harrells, the McHughes, the Normans. This Milner team still feel like they have an underdog mentality. So that can be very scary heading into the playoffs. So the Milner Raiders, the number 4 team. The number 3 team, which team I love, Division 2, the Hardin Tigers. Same spill. I'm not talking about none of the boys. And I just recently found out that my guy tore on his team. Toe, what's happening, bro? I didn't know he was on that team, one of my kids that I had at McDonald's when he was in his mama's stomach and stuff. So I got a real love for that kid, too. That's my guy. But the Hardin Tigers. And what I'm going to say about the Hardin Tigers is, like I said last time they was in the top 5, every Division 1 team out there, line up and play them. Any Division 1 team out there, line up and play them. The Hardin Tigers. I see you, Coach Dave. I see you, Coach Shrimp. Boogie, I love what you're doing with that program, brother. The Hardin Tigers from Division 2 to being the number 3 team in the city. The number 2 team. Now, this is a team that I picked in the beginning as my team to beat. The McHugh Eagles. Led by that guy Greedy. I like that kid too. Cool kid, Greedy. Then you know they got the Jaden Lockett's on there, the Bryans on that team. My man, You Can't Dance, Kendrick West. But this team, from their win against Norman, has built the momentum moving forward and the confidence that they knew they was going to be good. Now, going into this playoff, how things fall into place, who they going to have to see on the other side, with them being the number 1 seed, who they going to see at that 4 seed, which we don't know yet, is still to be determined between Sam Bonard, Joe Brown, and Pontchartrain. We don't know who the number 4 seed going to be going into the playoff. That's going to have to see McHugh at the number 1 team. But I like this McHugh team. Still my team to beat. Coach Ed, Coach Jaire, like they say, teach and compete. They've been doing that all year. And I got them with the number 2 seed. The number 1 seed, y'all already know who that is. It's the G-Men of Goretti. They had a hell of a season with them. They had one hell of a season with them up, down, fights, no fights, overtimes. They had like 3 overtimes the whole year. So they didn't have no convincingly blowout wins after the first 2 games of the season against Cutoff and Bollinger. Every game they've been in has been dogfights, which let me know that this team is battle tested. They are battle tested. So moving into this playoff, we don't know where they're gonna rank at because of the situation that happened with that team and Milton team. They both took a double loss. Both took a double forfeit loss. So now, if they both win Saturday, they got to pull for who's gonna be the #1 seed, and that's gonna determine a lot of things moving forward in the playoffs. But this Goretti team, Cole, Honda, Barbarian, Davis, mathematically is the touchdown leader in the city. All these divisions. Kohana Barbarian Davis. But my favorite guy on the team is that quarterback, JL Nobles. Love that kid. Love that kid. And I got to say this. The big boy up front, Mr. Flashy guy in the city, man, Melo. Like, Melo is putting on a... Melo is having a season that's MVP worthy from a down lineman position. And that makes that Goretti team real, real strong at 7-8. Let's run through the top 5 again. At number 5, we had a tie. Harrell Division 1 team, Harrell Division 2 team. At number 4, we had the Milne Raiders, defending champions, Milne Raiders. At number 3, we got the Hardin Tigers out of Division 2. At number 2, the McHugh Eagles, led by Greedy Johnson. And at number 1, Kohana Barbarian, Coach Nick, Coach Ryan, and the Goretti Saints. Let's move along. Let's hit these 9s and 10s. At number 5, I love this team because they're young and they're spunky, and they got my favorite guys on that team. They got my favorite guys on that team. Lil Ryan, my favorite guy. You know Jace Newman, one of my favorite guys. Me, Khalil Lewis, one of my favorite guys. Double A Money, one of my, all of my favorite guys. And Coach Wayne, I love what he did by taking his young team, playing Division I football, and competing. And they're going to finish with the number 4 seed, the Milne Raiders, bro. This is a team that I like where they stand at. And the first round of the playoff, if things adding up the way I see them, it'll be Milton in the cutoff in that 4 and 5 seed. I like Milton chances. I like Milton chances. Just because the guys on that team and Coach Wayne, his commitment to this team, competing, is always going to be a plus for that team. Let's move on. The number 4 team. And this is where it gets tough at. The number 4 team, the Willie Hall Panthers. They took 2 tough losses. But I can say this. They have the best player in 10-year-old football. Mr. G7. Who are you, bro? Who is that guy? Is he G5 or he G7? I never got the story of what went on with the name change, because if they was trying to hide him, you can't hide that playmaking ability of that kid. Period. You just can't hide it. He could have had on number 93. We'd have knew that was G5 or G7. What's your name, brother? But the Willie Hall Panthers coming in at number 4. And I think about this team, they showed me something off of a loss to Goretti to a loss to Harrell, that they didn't lose confidence. And that had impressed me the most about this team. They came with that Harrell game ready to play. And shout out to the Willie Hall fans, man. Y'all was in a building last night. I love the vibe and the energy that y'all was showing that game last night. But this team took 2 tough losses, and I think, and like I tell everybody, it's hard to beat a good team twice in 9 and 10. And I think the 2 losses they took make them a tad bit of a favorite moving forward, because I think it's going to be hard for any of those teams that beat them to beat them again. So I think that just put Willie Hall as a favorite, the defending champion Willie Hall, as a favorite to repeat. That's just my opinion. It's hard to beat a team twice in this division. Y'all been saying for the last 2 years, it ain't happened. Nobody beat nobody twice. None of the champions. But this Willie Hall team, it's going to be tough to beat them twice. The number 3 team, I'm going to catch some flack for this one. This is my guys, Coach Carroll, the Goretti Saints. Led by that guy, Chubby, Eric Watson. Not the MVP candidate, but his counterpart on this team, DeMario. He's quietly having an MVP type season without nobody saying nothing about him. We talking about the Chubbies. But DeMario has quietly scored 8 or 9 touchdowns this year alone. So when you talk about Goretti, you have to talk about this kid, the Mario Alexis. And he got a twin brother. I owe him $5. I got you, bro. I'm gonna give you $5 today when I see you. But this Goretti team, Curl has these guys clicking at the right time. I always give him a lot of flack about why he's not number two. I give him a lot of flack. I tell him, man, you lost to the cutoff. That kind of hurts you in the standard because that's a real quality loss. So I give him a flag about it. And speaking of Curl and the Goretti Saints, before I get to that, let me get to the number two team, the Norman State Wildcats out of Division Two. This where the problem come at. Me and Curl talking, me, Curl, and Love talking, we solidified that these two teams will play. These two teams will play in a 10-08 bowl. The Normal Wildcats, Goretti Saints, 9 to 10-year-olds. Normal coming out of Division 2. And y'all know Dut. Y'all know Dut. From my opinion and my eyesight, what I've been hearing, he is by far the best player at 9 to 10-year-old Division 2. November 26th, Dut, I will see you in the building, man. The Norman State Wildcats coming at number 2. And the reason I like this team, a lot of people going to say, why they playing in Division 2? I don't know. And I'm going to say the same thing I said about Houghton, about this Norman team. In the Division 1 team, line up and play them. We got them and Goretti going to play at the end of the year. Anybody else, line up and play them. The Norman State Wildcats at number 2. And at number 1, y'all already know who it is. They've been number 1 all year. Time out. And they gave me a hard time throughout the city because I had my Goretti stuff on that couple games. So, Ms. Ricard, I finally got me some Harrell stuff because you got to understand, when I wear park gear, when I wear the Joe Brown hat or the Goretti shirt or whatever I wear from another park, they get that to me. And I would love to wear Harrell stuff. And I like this shirt. I'm going to rock this shirt. I'm going to rock this shirt. But no, I'm not wearing it to no game. No, because you already had the little boys from Harrell and Norma won't run on me talking about why I got that Goretti stuff on. You know what I mean? Then Makai asked me, man, you supposed to be for everybody. So I can't wear this in public, but I can wear it on the show. I appreciate this Harrell shirt. And if y'all see this shirt, they pretty much saying they killed everybody. And they're the number 1 team in the city. Had a big game last night against Willie Hall where I actually saw them be challenged. It wasn't a cakewalk. So moving forward into this playoff season, we're going to see what Harrell can do. And like I said, can they beat the Gorettis and the Willie Halls, Milners? Can they beat these teams twice? And that's the rundown. That's the makeup. That is the top 5 for the 9 and 10-year-old division. Let's run through them again. At number 5, the Milner Raiders, Coach Wayne. At number 4, the Willie Hall Panthers, Coach Johnny. At number 3, the Goretti Saints, Coach Carroll. At number 2, the Norman Wildcats, Coach Corey. And at number 1, the Harrell Rams, Coach Derrick. Let's move along. 11 and 12, the Junior Division top 5. Y'all ready? It's going to get crazy again because guess what? At number 5, another Division 2 team in this thing. The Milner Raiders. Coming out of Division 2, bro. 5-0. They had a coin flip for who was going to be the number 1 seed in Division 2 between them and Willie Hall 11-year-old team. And they became the number 5 team. But they were supposed to be at that last week. And they won, so I can't punish them. So the Milner Raiders Division 2 is the number 5 team. Number 4 team. My guys, I almost said something bad, but my guys, the team I told you I believed in from the beginning, and I still like this team chances moving forward. The Harrell Rams, led by a lot of controversy in the beginning of the season. They lost a lot of big games that people don't know that they were all competitive in, besides the Goretti game. But the Pontchartrain game, the Willie Hall game that they lost, they was real competitive. And then they went on a 4-game winning streak, and they upset McHugh, and I knew this team was going to be something to contend with. So the Harrell Rams, my guy, Jason Banks, another nominee for one of the big-time awards, November 26th. I don't know who's going to win that MVP award 11 and 12 because you got Jason Banks from Harrell. You got Juice. You got so many guys for that award, man. So the number 4 team, the Harrell Rams. What up, Cam? The number 3 team. They've been up. then they went down, then they come up again. The Joe W. Brown Spartans. Coach Grant. Did the guys get it together? Slim, did you get it together? Amtrak, you've been having a beautiful year. Amtrak, you are a bright spot on that team, bro. I can't lie. Amtrak, you doing your thing this year. November 26th, see you in the building, brother. But the Joe W. Brown Spartans, led by Coach Grant, Buggage, Big Seven at quarterback. He's quietly having a breakout year as 11-year-old quarterback. I think he threw like maybe 10 touchdowns this year. Maybe, I know he's leading the division in touchdown passes strong at 11-year-old. So Joe W. Brown, bro, going into the playoffs. It's got to get real. You got to see McHugh again. That's where it's going to be fun at. Joe Brown and McHugh got to see each other first round of the playoffs. And y'all know what they did McHugh last time they played him. Can McHugh come back and withstand Joe Brown coming in? The number 2 team. This one I'm going to kiss some flack at, right? Because through somewhere, somebody think I got hate for Willie Hall. It's not the case. Never had hate for Willie Hall. Coach B, one of my favorite guys. You know, I've been rocking with that team with Tim them and Dylan Dixon, a big deal in them. So I never had hate for Willie Hall. You know what I mean? And I guess I took some flack because of the post games after the Goretti Willie Hall weekend. And let me just say to my defense that I didn't do post-game 11 and 12 talk after that one because I was in a press box calling the next game. So I didn't do that to slight Willie Hall. Every time Willie Hall winning, I'm there, I'm always in their face with the camera. So I ain't got no hate towards Willie Hall at all. And I really hate the fact that people feel that way about me because I don't hate no Parks. I love them all. Real talk, no pill talk. But the Willie Hall Panthers coming at number 2. Kingston Jones. I still got your award, brother. I got the award. Please, I got the award. Just let's hook up. Let me get your award for winning the Player of the Week you wanted. But this guy is quietly having an MVP type season too. 10+ touchdowns this year, leading his team in a lot of big wins. Then he got some counterparts around him. 9-11, Kip and Fat. You know what I'm saying? You got the Big Smash brothers with Dominique and Chad. So this team for Willie Hall, playoff time coming. They got to see Norman. So I still, defending champs Willie Hall, defending champs Willie Hall, they got to see Norma first round. I like this team chances. Second round is going to be a good game where they play the rematch with Goretti or with the rematch with Harrell. But this Willie Hall chances and Coach B, I like their chances of getting back to the big dance. The Willie Hall Panthers at number 2. The number 1 team, I named everybody else, the Pontchartrain Patriots, Coach Ray, Coach Glenn, I see y'all. Juice. Orange juice, apple juice, grapefruit juice. The juice has got the juice. This kid, like, he's really a backbreaker. Like, every big game that they won that they were supposed to be, other team was supposed to be in the game, Juice act stupid again. Juice went to acting stupid and bringing punt returns to the house. Juice went to acting stupid, bringing punt returns to the house. Every time they needed him to have a big play, this guy had a big play. So this Pontchartrain Patriots team coming into the playoff, being a number 1 seed. What does that mean for the Pontchartrain Patriots? They get a cutoff team who I think they should take care of. Even though this cutoff team, from what I hear, is real competitive. But this Pontchartrain team, most talented, them 4 boys up front, still ain't got no nickname for them yet. But them 4, BR, Calvin, Gregory, and Curly Head Banks, them 4 dudes there, like I say, the best I've ever seen collectively on one team. Sorry, they just the best. Pontchartrain Patriots, this group, Coach Ray, Coach Glenn, what y'all gonna do? I know I'm going fast, but I gotta get out of here, so let's run through this top 5 again. At number 5, Division 2, Milne Raiders. At number 4, the Harrell Rams. At number 3, the Joe W. Brown Spartans. At number 2, the Willie Hall Panthers. And number 1 again, the Pontchartrain Patriots. That's how I'm rocking. That's how I'm coming. 10 TV, you Sports, we in the building. And y'all already know what to do. Holla back. Yeah!